Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to watchyouwant.com. Thanks for logging on. Now, they say in the dive watch market, there is nothing new under the sun, and, well, maybe the disembodied, anonymous they have a point, because after all, the dive watch was conceived in the modern sense in 1953, and its heyday stretched roughly from the early 50s through the early 70s. So, the theory goes, everything that's worthwhile must have been created by all of the brands and all of the models over all of those years, plus all the years since. Again, maybe they would have a point if they were just talking about Switzerland, but outside of Switzerland, there's some blue sky thinking coming from the land where the sun never shines, Scandinavia. The Danish designers John Linde and Morton Werdelin started in 2002 with the idea to revolutionize sports watches, a different kind of sensibility, the design sensibility that brought the world Jørn Utzon's Sydney Opera House and the Koenigsegg supercar. So, takes on well-established forms, well-established ideas, but with that distinctly Scandinavian inflection that adds originality and inspiration. And that's exactly what you have here in this Linde Werdelin Hard Black 2 DLC limited edition. This is a dive watch in the modern sense, and by modern, I mean 21st century, not 20th. Now, one thing that Linde Werdelin does well is they incorporate the traditional functionality of a dive watch here with blue sky thinking. Again, you see the unidirectional diver's bezel, you see the constant seconds hand, you can see on the dial, or maybe you can't, so I'll tell you, it is water resistant to 1,000 feet, 300 meters, so all the standard goods are present and accounted for. What makes this one different is that it's designed explicitly to interface with the Reef, which is Linde Werdelin's proprietary diving tool. It's not just a tool, it's a full-fledged diving computer. I'm talking data acquisition, a sapphire crystal with a backlight, triaxial compass, diving alarm system, low power alarms, multiple motion sensors. It's what you dive with in the modern era. Now, maybe a rotating bezel by itself and a seconds hand was sufficient back in the era of Sean Connery, but these days, if you're diving professionally, you're diving with tech. And if you're diving recreationally, you want to be able to document your adventure. So to have that professional diving computer that actually docks with this unique form, you can see the little inserts that actually retain the device right here and over here on the crown shoulders. So it locks in place, so you're able to wear the device as you wear your watch. So you've got a fine watch that's perfectly serviceable for shallow skin diving, but when you want to go deeper, you want to knock it up another notch, increase the intensity of the adventure, you add the Reef. And that's something that Linde Werdelin brings to the table, recognizing that we live in the era of electronics, computer functionality, and it doesn't stop at the surface. It follows you underwater. It makes diving safer, more fun, and more memorable. And that's what luxury watches are all about, having fun, enjoying your timepiece. Linde Werdelin lets you enjoy it in ways you never imagined. Now, it is a 46mm case, diamond-like carbon, so hence the name Hard Black. It's not like a traditional PVD. It's much more rugged. Now, this watch, which was purchased in 2014, is in outstanding condition. Now, it presents as new, and we have it available with a full factory set here at Watch You Want. And I'll get into what that means in just a second. But I want to highlight, again, some of that Scandinavian design that comes through in the articulation of the dial. Now, there are concentric circles that actually lead out from the dial center to a train track, minute track, that's actually etched into the dial. Rather than printed on or inked on, it's actually etched into the dial. So there's this articulation that comes from having multiple layers. The bezel on the outside, the circle of the sapphire crystal inside that, the train track inside that, now etched into the dial. You're going into the watch, down past the indexes, past the surface of the dial, into the etched troughs of these concentric circles. There's a lot of visual interest here, and I'm going to try to move it through the light so you can see that, but this is anything but a flat black, uninspired, murdered out Me Too. This watch has a lot of, again, Scandinavian imagination, the articulation of that dial, the articulation of the watch with these splashes of signal green. It's playful, it's a little bit ironic, and it breaks with the dull gray grimace of the standard stainless steel dive watch. Original thinking, and it's much appreciated here. Comes across great in person, and one of the nice things about this watch is if you do want to sober up a little bit for formal occasions, you can see these little bolts right here retaining the strap, and here again. And when you buy this watch, you get the Linde Werdelin factory strap tool that allows you to swap these in and out as easily as any watch in the industry, and that includes the renowned Panerai quick change lugs. So this watch has a great deal of adaptability, not just as a timepiece, not just as a diving computer, but as a fashion accessory. And as men, we don't have a whole lot of those, so this Linde Werdelin gives you tremendous flexibility. Now inside the case is a mechanism as tough as the DLC on the outside. ETA's renowned 2892 movement. Its automatic winding, it has a power reserve of about 45 hours, but its standout feature is, for just how thin and fine it is, how tough it is, and I can vouch for it. I'm a little sheepish to admit this, but reluctantly, I'll admit that I have crashed an ETA 2892 while mountain biking, and the Omega Seamaster that was carrying the device wound up with a chipped sapphire, and I wound up with bones showing through my wrist. The watch, of course, was fine. The 2892 kept beating throughout, even when I barely had a heartbeat. So again, I can vouch for the guts of this watch. Swiss, tough, accurate, and as robust as they come. Now this Linde Werdelin Hard Black 2 limited edition is one of only 88 available in outstanding, like-new condition, with factory warranty still in effect, having been purchased in 2014. It's available with the complete set from watchyouwant.com. We are the luxury pre-owned watch experts, and if you log on to our website, watchyouwant.com, you can see outstanding, illustrative, high-res photos of this watch and our entire collection of pre-owned luxury watches. Check it out. Check out all of our watches. Email me, tim@watchyouwant.com, with any questions. We love to field your questions. We are the authority in luxury pre-owned watches. I'm confident that we can help you find the watch you want.